Hey guys, welcome back to the fourth week team builder for the Witchita Weaviles in the PBO, the second season of that. That was a really nice way to word that. Jesus, that was pretty bad. Already washed up YouTuber. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, so welcome back to the fourth week team builder. And this week we are playing against the Ottawa Donphans. The Ottawa Donphans. A little Canada on Canada action, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. And their team is pretty scary. They have basically rain. They have a fucking rain team, which is horrifying because I'm a huge fan of rain, and rain always does a lot of fucking damage. So we'll see how that goes. We fought Sun week 1 and was triumphant, so maybe we just are the weather nemesis, you know what I'm saying? So let's see what's up. So their team consists of rain. This is their team. They have Garganackle, Pelipper, Bronzon, Frostlass, Floatzel, Raichu, Gyarados, Donphan, Electrode, Hisuian, Spiritomb, and Beartick. And I'm pretty sure it should be up on the screen there for you guys. A little editing action, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So yeah, that's the team. They have some really powerful Swift Swim abusers like Beartick and Floatzel. They have obviously a fantastic rain setter in Pelipper. It's not Terra Gog, it's Terra Gyarados. The Terra Gyarados can be flying or grass, so something to think about and prep for, obviously. And it's not Terra Gog, so I don't have to deal with like very cancer, fairy and water terrors and stuff like this. It's just the grass and flying on Gyarados. So with that, let's see what we've cooked up this week. Alright, so this week we are breeding some new mons, okay? Well, one new mon, and that's Magneton, okay? Once again, they'll be named for the battle, so don't worry about it. But yeah, so Magneton finally gets to come off the bench. You know, first week coming to support the boys. You know what I'm saying? No longer a bench warmer. So Magneton's obviously pretty good here because he has a whole slew of water types. You know, he has what, 3 water types. And its other type being Steel is really strong offensively against Garganackle and Frostlass, and it hits Donphan relatively hard, so Donphan just can't just freely switch in for no reason, right? Like, this thing just kind of does damage. It's also tanky. Yeah, so it's just pretty good. The main reason this is coming, Magnet Pull and everything, is because this is the ideal situation is for this thing to come in on like a double or maybe on just a normal play from Bronzon, trap Bronzon, Metal Sound it, because that's the tech we're running today is Metal Sound. A little tech I'm pretty proud about. Metal Sound, obviously we're gonna load Spidef by 2, and then we're gonna blast something for 1 billion damage because crazy offensive mon here, right? Really good stats. But yeah, so the goal is to come in. Oh, I'm griefing it, guys. Not the music turning off because I'm a YouTuber in disguise. Okay. Yeah, so basically Bronzon. This is going to come in on Bronzon on a double maybe or something. Magnet pull it in. Fantastic. Then we're going to Metal Sound it. Boom. And then with Eviolite, we live any 1 hit. Okay? Fantastic. And then we're just going to kill it. Because if we kill Bronzon, then its natural typing, so basically a Steel type that has Levitate, so it can't like be punished by ground moves. If we get rid of it, our whole team kind of goes crazy mode, and that, right, it really enables our Baxcalibur and an Amorous. We'll get there, because both these weeks, they're basically just wall breakers. They're gonna come in, they're gonna do a massive ton of damage, you know, and it's gonna be good. So Magneton supports that really well with trapping Steel types. In addition to the fact, it's a very good lead against Pelipper, because Pelipper is gonna fucking lead this thing, and it's gonna be useless against it. It doesn't do anything, because Eviolite just makes me tanky just across the board, which is nice. And then, yeah, it's also a good electric resist just flat against like Raichu and stuff. And again, Metal Sound lets me beat Raichu 1v1 without it like going sicko mode and getting +6 or nasty plot or something. Yeah, and it also like it also matches up well into like a Frostlass lead, for example, where like they might try to spike stack me, and I don't want to deal with that. So this can obviously pressure. He'll get 2 spikes up, but don't worry, we have spin on a different guy. So yeah, so there's that, right? This is just trap the steel, enable a fairy and dragon wall breakers are very hard. Bring your strong electric type against your strong electric type versus all your water types. Sorry, I'm reading a Discord message. People are informing me of who I have to inform, so my bad. Yeah, so I think Magneton's gonna hopefully do a lot of work, because it's his first week off the bench. So yeah, that's Magneton. Cool. So the next guy I brought decided to bring was Toadstool, which again matches up really well into his Raichu, because I'm super scared of like Specs, Thunder, Raichu spam, so I just don't want to deal with that. So Toadstool's really good. Ground type is good for that. It's also a grass type, so that's really good too. It's a ground type that's not weak to water, so that's really strong against rain. And it's the only mon in the game that I think actually can super duper counter, no counterplay for Garganacl to beat. I think this just beats Garganacl 100% of the time, like no matter what you run, because I just run Covert Cloak, so I can't get Soul Cure spammed, one shot kind of thing. And also, Mycelium Might is gonna have some insane value this game, I think, in my opinion. It should, because I can actually Spore Garganacl. He has no Spore Switches. His Spore Switching is Electrode Hisuian. Yeah, dude, let's send in Electrode Hisuian. Like, it's so useless, you know? So, it's a free Spore turn, and so I can come in, get Spore, and with Spore, again, let's enables our Wall Breakers to come in and just kind of get a kill, right? And so that's kind of what I think. This is kind of how it is. And I also think this plus a next month that we'll talk about is Vaporeon, which support, like we saw in week 2, is going to be very strong. And obviously, offensively, this thing's pretty good too. We're not running the grass move this week. Instead, we opted for Knockoff, because I think Knockoff, again, to chip Bronzong down, to make sure we can trap it, you know, knock off a potential Shed Shell, is strong. Also, it's what is it called? It's also really important to like knock off leftovers on Garganacl, for example, or less like maybe we like knock off Choice Band on Float Soul, and it does so much less damage, right? So that's very strong. So it could be Giga Drain, but I don't think Giga Drain actually provides that much to the game, other than like, oh, I get to one-shot Float Soul, but like Float Soul's gonna one-shot me anyway, so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. But I think again, this is a very powerful support mon. It's a spinner as well. He does have a Spike Stacker, and he has like 3 rockers, right? So I think hazards will be coming into this game. So I think spin is very needed. I'm pretty excited to use Toadstool again. And then we're bringing the tried and true, the backbone of the team, has come every week, has put in work every week, and it's basically been Spadef every week. But not this week. Not this week. Our Vaporeon is actually going to be mixed defense, because this kind of has to take a bunch of potentially super strong moves for no reason. So for example, this investment, with this defense investment and max HP, means I can live Adamant, max attack Adamant Earthquake from Donphan, because I don't have a great switch into that, which is good. And with this Spadef investment, 60 and Calm, it lets me knock it to a KO'd by, what is it called? By Specs Pelipper. If for some reason he been Specs Hurricane, I cannot switch into that. It's just hard. Like, obviously Magneton quad resists, but then it's like, okay, I don't want Magneton to take too much damage this game, because it has to be Bronzong. That's like the goal, right? Also, because of just the typing of Vaporeon and Water Absorb, no matter what set I run, I could run fucking no EVs and I would still beat Float Soul, because Float Soul's coverage basically is Water, Ice, and then Low Kick. Like, that's what it is. So I always beat this. Gyarados will be running Terra Grass, I would assume, against me with Terra Blast, so I don't ever actually beat that, which is like lame, but it is what it is. And then this is also like kind of my switch into Donphan. Like I said, it can take Adamant offensive Earthquake, which is important, But if it's not offensive Adamant Earthquake, then like, okay, Vaporeon can come in, we can Wish up, then we go into Toedscruel kind of thing. Helps me scout for Ice Spinner on Donphan too, because Toedscruel doesn't want to take one of those, which is nice. And then Baton Pass is my final move. It could be Ice Beam again, because Ice Beam is really good against, or not really good, but very, has potential and is very, has potential because it helps me break sub Terra Grass, or even I guess Terra Flying as well, on Gyarados. But I'll be honest with you guys, like, if this thing gets a sub turn against me, I'm not, like, the game is pretty hard to play. Just in general, like, I don't think Ice Beam makes a difference. I think I'd rather have Baton Pass, you know, come in on Floatzel, come in on Bronzong, maybe come in on, I don't know, Frostlass, maybe it's offensive Frostlass or something, and Baton Pass out, get my Mons in. It's just initiative. Help me get my Magneton in the trap. Help me Volt Switch out as well. It also helps me get my breakers in. Makes sense, in my opinion. The only thing this thing cannot really take on well when it comes to like strong hits and breakers is Beartic. If it is Adamant Choice Band Beartic, close combat like two-shots me. So that's kind of scary. But other than that, it can kind of take care of basically every other hard hitter on his team. Yeah, so that's kind of Vaporeon this week. It comes every week. It's tried and true, but it's not Split F this week. It's mixed defense, which is gonna be super awesome to see how it works out. Then we get to our next two mons here. Baxcalibur and Enamorus, you know, the boys who did the most work last week. IMO. The potential could have had back-to-back 6-0s with each of them respectively, but I didn't click Earth Power. I clicked Moonblast instead. Feels bad, man. Okay, so this week we're running Specs Enamorus. I for sure have run way more special Enamorus than physical Enamorus, which is so funny because of contrary, but whatever. So here's the thing, right? This guy, if you look at his team, does not have a great Fairy Switching except for Bronzong. That's the only thing that can actually take a Moonblast. Specs Moonblast kills everything. And when I say kill, I mean it either kills or it does like 80%. Like, it's unplayable. It's really hard to switch into. So this guy just comes in, gets a free go. Earth Power, same idea. It's really, well, not same idea, but it's good against Garganacl. It also helps us fish for Spit F drops and whatnot. It's really just there for Garganacl. That's really what it's for. The Mystical Fire, if he doesn't, for some reason, doesn't bring Rain, Mystical Fire can help us break Bronzong as well, in addition to the fact that having this special attack drop could be really important for something like maybe a Sash Electrode Hisuian, or a Sash Raichu who tries to like nasty plot up and do stuff. So it's just kind of random coverage, kind of like a random utility move as well, I guess. And finally, our last move is Healing Wish, because there's not really anything else I feel like we need. I don't feel like I need Sludge Bomb. I do not need Psychic. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at it, this has a good move pool, but I don't need Grass Knot. Like, Donphan will just die kind of thing. So I go Healing Wish, because I think Healing Wish would be really cool to, like, maybe, to maybe bring back, like, Baxcalibur, maybe bring back Overquill. We'll get to the Overquill set. Or maybe even bring back, like, a Vaporeon or something, you know? Like, I just think having this option is really cool. It also gives initiative, technically. So I think that's really strong. So that's an Enamorus this week. It's just Specs, very easy. Click, move, do damage. It's going to be hard for him to switch into. Next week, I mean, not next week. Next up, we're bringing back from week 2. We're bringing back Baxcalibur. We're bringing, well, Choice Band specifically Baxcalibur. This thing comes every week because this thing puts in work. Especially after last week, we had 6 other guys solo. Nothing but respect to my Baxcalibur for sure. So, this is very similar to the previous Banded Baxcalibur week, and pretty similar to my Enamorus this week. This thing comes in and gets a kill. That's just how it goes down. Like, Bronzong, again, is the only thing that can switch in on this. And again, I think it has to be physically defensive Bronzong. I really do. Like, that, like, especially after you see a Baxcalibur 6-0 guy last week, like, you're like, oh, maybe I should be my defensive Steel type. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I think it has to be physically defensive. Glaive Rush, Icicle Crash, very standard stuff, you know, just stab, huge power stuff, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we're running Dragon again because Glaive Rush is just going to kill something. Like, this is the job. Terra Dragon gets that job done really well. Ice Shard for priority, which is going to be super good to revenge kill the Gyarados once it terrors. And then we're running Crunch because it does pretty good damage across the board to most things, basically everything, just because it's banded from base 147 attack, so 145 attack, sorry. It's very strong, but obviously it hits the Bronzong for super effective damage, which is just good, right? Don't need Earthquake this game. He has a lot of flying types, right? He has, well, a lot of ground immunities, I should say, with like Gyarados and Pelipper and Bronzong, which I expect all three to come, so I don't think Earthquake's that needed this week. I think Crunch is better for coverage. So that's Baxcalibur for this week. Right, just come in, get a kill, should be fun. Should be fun to play. It's always fun playing Banded because it comes in, gets a kill, it's a savage. And then finally, the final mon we're bringing to the week 4 battle for the Witchita Weaviles versus the Ottawa Donphans is Overquill again. But no longer is Overquill a supporting cast member. No longer is he a, hey guys, I'll help you out cast member. No. This guy is coming to do damage. This guy is here to be a menace to society, okay? So we're running SD Quillfish with Swift Swim, Muscle Band, Liquidation, Crunch, Bob Barrage, okay? We gotta be rocking the Adamant Nature as well to do the most damage as possible, okay? We're here to fucking beat ass and take names later, okay? So here's the thing, right? With his signature move, Bob Barrage, it's like basically physical Venoshock that has a 50% chance to poison. So if I go for Bob Barrage, Pelipper switches in, for example, boom. If it gets poisoned, next turn it dies, kind of thing, right? Crunch is super good again, helps me, it's going to help me beat Bronzong. He has no great Dark Resist on this team, he just doesn't, so always good to spam that offensive typing. And then we have Liquidation, that's going to hit Garganacl and Donphan very hard if they're physically defensive. We have SD, because if we can force an SD, if we can force a switch and I can SD while under the rain, I kill his whole team. Like, this thing is just going to go crazy mode on it. And again, if I poison, if I can poison stuff with Bob Barrage, which is a 50% chance, like 50%, like that's like missing your Inferno, you know what I mean? Like, how often do you miss Inferno? All the time, you know what I'm saying? So 50%, like, that's such a crazy thing, right? If I stop poisoning things, right, like, it will hurt. Things will die. Like, if he goes into Donphan to resist the poison move and he gets poisoned, it's like 12% a turn. That's really good chip, you know? So stuff like this, like, helps us do that. I'm fully expecting for Pelipper just to keep switching in on this if it's physically defensive, and then I want to poison it, like I said before, and just completely smack down on it. That's like exactly what I'm going for. If he does not bring rain, which I guess technically is a thing, I think it's really bad if he doesn't bring rain, but technically, if he doesn't bring rain against my team, I still think Overquill is very strong, because, again, Crunch spam is just really good against his team. So it's time for Overquill to put the team on his back and carry and kind of like sweep, you know? That's the vibe. That's the vibe for this week. So that's the team for this week. We're rocking Overquill, Magneton, Toadstool, Vaporeon, Enamorus, and Baxcalibur to face off against the Ottawa Donphans. And yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the PBO content, you know, super fun to play in. And yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe and tune into the battle. Yep, see you guys.